Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we are going to do another actually part of the chapter Al-Ism Mosul Wasilatuhu, and that is about Aid. And inshallah, all the confusion that we have about match mismatch will be cleared up over here. So let's just revise a few points. And by the way, Aid is called relator in EMSA, in English. You can say Electronic Modern and Standard Arabic is the book where it is called as an relator. Now, previously we have learned that when we are doing Mosulia sentence, the Ism Mosul and Silatul Mosul are two components of one unit. It's called, it's an Ism, it's one unit, but there are two components of it. And in order to connect these two components, there should be something in Silatul Mosul and Ism Mosul which will be same, which refer to each other. For example, in a Silatul Mosul is, if Silatul Mosul is a Jumlatul Failure, then inside file of the inside file of the fail refers to Ism Mosul in terms of number and gender. Allazi allama, the one who taught. So allazi is also singular and masculine, and allama is also singular and masculine. So they both refer to each other. Now, that is something that you have to really, really remember, that number and gender. These are the two things that should refer to, the ism mawsul. But what if that is not the case? For example, it's allazi allamat. So that means allazi is singular and masculine, and allamat is singular, but it's feminine. In that case, Ayat steps in, and we'll see how. And now Ayat is a relator. As you can see, the connector which refers to Al Ismul Mosul is called the Ayat in a Silatul in the Sila. Then it is present inside Silatul Mosul. So always remember the Ayat will be inside the sentence, which is the Silatul Mosul. Ayat should match in number. Remember, I said the number and gender of the Ism Mosul will be same as the Ayat. I think this should be Ism Mosul, not Al Ismul Mosul. I'll I'll just correct this. Okay, yeah. So, and also it is not translated in English. There's no equivalent of Aid in English, therefore it will be disregarded when it's being translated in English. Now, let's look at Aid can be these four. So it can be an attached Aid, it can be a detached Aid, it can be an inside Aid, and it can be an implied Aid. Means it's not there, but it's implied. We'll see how. In an attached Aid, now if you look at this sentence, a rajulun, the man, allazi, the man who, allamuhu. So allamu is not singular, like allazi. It's masculine though, but it's not singular. Allamuhu ustadun fi ustadun fi mahadi qalamin. Now, if you look at this sentence, allazi allamuhu is acting as a sifa to ar-rajulun. Allazi allamuhu is basically a sifa. And by the way, the translation would be the man whom they taught is a teacher in Qalam Institute. Now look at let's unpack this sentence first. So al-ismul mawsul, allazi, and silatuhu is allamuhu. That's it. The ism mawsul and silatul mawsul just stop over here. This whole sentence is al-ismul mawsul wa silatuhu. And this is the sifa to ar-rajulun. Okay? And this whole is mubtada. You understand that? So this is one whole component of the sentence, which is a mubtada. This is your khabar, and this is your mutalik bil khabar. There should be all over here. Yeah. So now you see this al ismul mawsul allamu is not matching in number and gender with allazi, and that's why if you see, so the whole thing here, and if you see allazi and who, but they both are matching, in number and gender. So you realize that allamu was not matching. It was plural and this was singular. Therefore, we had to bring an Aid. The Aid stepped in, and that is what should, it should match over here with allazi in number and gender, and that's what's happening. So this is your attached Aid. It's attached to a fail. That's why it's called attached Aid. Now, let's look at detached Aid. Now, if you remember, who is an attached pronoun? It's not an independent pronoun. Now, over here, it only appears when silatul mausul is a jumla ismiya. So you can have either ismiya sentence or fi'liya sentence. But this detached ayat will only come in ismiya sentence. Qabaltu allati hiya darisatun fil madrasati. So I met. Now let's look at the translation. I met the one who studies in the school. Now let's unpack this first. So allati is your ism mawsul, and here darisatun fil madrasi is your silatul mawsul. Now, this whole is basically your maful. Why is it maful? Because you already have an inside file over here, to, which means I met. That means this whole unit would be your maful, most likely, because there's no harf jar. There's no, as you know, mutalik bil fail comes with harf jar or either uh, like the special mudafs are there. There's no such thing. So most likely this is your maful. And this is your mubtada inside the silatul mausul sentence, which is a jumla ismiya. Hiya is your mubtada, darisatun is your khabar, and this is your mutalik bil khabar. Now this is in the form of jumla ismiya. So if you see allati is matching with hiya in number and gender. So it has to be a pronoun, by the way. It has to be a pronoun. It is matching with darisatun. It's not a pronoun, really. So I mean, yeah. So let's see here. And allati, it's singular, it's feminine. So that means this is the aid of allati. And is it attached pronoun? No, it's detached pronoun. And that's why it's called detached aid. Now, let's look at inside eye, which is very simple. We've been doing this. All the examples we did so far were of this type. The previous ones, in Isam Masul Wasilatuhu when we were doing this chapter. So, Hunna Allati Kulna Zalika. They are the ones who said that. Now, this is your Isam Masul. Again, it shouldn't be Al Isam Masul, it should be Isam Masul. And yeah, so this is your Isam Masul. And if you see, this whole sentence is, by the way, your silatul mausul, all the way from kulna zalika. This is your silatul mausul. Kulna's inside pronoun. Remember, I said pronoun. So inside pronoun of kulna is plural and feminine. And over here, allati is also plural and feminine. So they are matching in number and gender. Therefore, the aid inside this fail, kulna, is the inside fail, sorry, inside pronoun is the aid of ism mawsul. That's why it's called inside aid, because it's inside the fail. This whole, as you can see, it is matching in number and gender. So this is fairly simple. When inside, like we did previously, that inside pronoun is referring to the ism mawsul. Now let's look at the implied I. Now this is a bit tricky. There are two cases. When it's a mausul I is implied, therefore it can be omitted. Therefore, we can say that you can do away with it. You will not see its existence in the sentence, but we know it's there. That is when allazi and family are ism mausul, and then other ism mausuls are ma and man. When you are using ma and man as your ism mausul, it can either be haza ma kultuhu. Now, kultu means I said. Ma is the ism mausul, and kultu inside pronoun is not matching with ma. It means I said. That means who, which is singular and plural, is matching. So it can be omitted. So if you see this was the ayat, it's not necessary, but it can be omitted for balagha reasons. So who is referring to ma? Which in by the way, ma always has singular and masculine. What do you call? It's basically it's referring to ma. We'll study that later. But this can be omitted. This who can be omitted, and haza ma qultu will also be correct. So Aid is omitted. Now, in case 2, it can be omitted if the sila is a jumla ismiya and made up of mubtada, an independent pronoun, and mutalik bil khabar. So that means the khabar is omitted. So inna allati hiya min Pakistan. So here, if you see here is your outside, sorry, a detached pronoun of allati because it's matching in number and gender with hiya. See, detached pronoun because it's not attached to anything, so it's detached. It's not inside anything. It's an independent detached pronoun, and it's referring to allati, and therefore, in this case, it can be omitted. In allati min Pakistan. So this will also be correct if you uh, omit this I. So these are the two cases when implied Aid. When Aid is implied, it does not show itself, it does not reveal itself, but it is implied. It's understood that it's there. Only in Ma and Man, and in case of Jumla Ismiya, when there is Mubtada and Mutalik bil Khabar, not Khabar. So this brings us to the end of this topic. If there are any outstanding questions, so I would be more than happy to address them, and you can post them on the group. Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.